going on, Graham? Hope all is well. I was kind of racking my brain on what to show you because I know we were doing a bit of smoke on the water, but I don't feel like that is going to translate into a good video lesson necessarily. Just mostly because we did most of it already, and I think you kind of got the idea. I want you to keep working on it, and then we'll come back to it when you come back. So my idea today was that we're going to do some scales. Okay, I may have done a little bit this with you, but I kind of want to try and see if we can take it a little further and try and make a song out of this scale pattern thing we do. Okay, so I want to start in the key of G, which means we're going to be starting our first note on the bottom string, our low E string at 3. Okay, the pattern we're going to do is going to be about 2 notes a string. Okay, and the cool thing about the guitar is once you learn one scale pattern, you can use the same scale pattern for G as you use for A or B. Okay, the only difference is that you have to have, for like different chords, we have minor and major and dominant chords. We also have a minor and major scale. Okay, now then the dominant scale is a thing, but it's so close to the major scale, we might as well just learn the major scale and then just change one note. So realistically, we can sub down all our scales into 2 shapes, really, that we can modify slightly. All right, so we'll start with the basic one. The very basic, the most basic scale pattern is the pentatonic, meaning we have 2 notes a string, and it's going to be ultimately a 5 notes per octave back until you get back to the actual octave, which means I guess 6. But we don't count to the last note. The last note is the same as the first note, so we count to the second to last note. Okay, and this particular one we want to do is G minor. We're going to start with a 3. Oops, let me make sure you're pointed in the right direction. Hope you can see my hands. There we go. So 3. Okay, that's the first note. The next note, and I would recommend trying to use a different finger, but you can start with using the same finger. 6 on the low E string. Okay, so 3, 6 is the first 2 notes. First string. Remember, 2 notes a string, so it's going to have 6 strings, 2 notes, it's 12. So the next note is going to be 3 on the A string. Okay, so we go 3 on the E, 6 on the E, 3 on the A. Then the next one is a 5 on the A. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. I'm sorry, that'd be 4 notes. Okay, all right. So the next one is going to be 3 on the D string. Okay. And then the last note for the first octave, because there's 2 octaves in this type going all the way between all 6 strings, is the next G, 5th on the D string. So let's just do that. I like to work in octaves, that way you can kind of see where it starts over. So 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 5. That's your first octave, okay? Let's do that a couple times. 3, 6, 3, 5 on the D, A, 3, 5 on the D. Okay, continuing. All right, if you want to just work on that up till now, then we rewind it and keep doing it, or just stop it and just do it. So 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 5. Now on the G string, 3 to 5. Okay, and then the next one's going to be the B string, 3. Okay, now we're going to go back to a 6 like the first string. And then 3, when it ends on 3. Back to G again. So the second octave would be starting from the 5th fret of the D string. 5, 3 of the G, 5 of the G, oops, 5 of the G, 3 of the B, 6 of the B, 3 of the E, okay? So all together, we're gonna go from the bottom string. Let's do 1 string at a time. 3, 6, 3, 5, then 3, 5, 3, 5. Let me say the strings again. Sorry. 3, 6, and then 3. I'm going to say the string names again. Let's start again. 3 on the low E, 6 on the low E, 5 on the A. I mean 3 on the A. Sorry, 3 on the A, 5 on the A, 3 on the D, 5 on the D. That's the first octave. 3 on the G, 5 on the G, 3 on the B, 6 on the B, 3 on the high E. So, okay, that's our first scale, okay? That's the G pentatonic one. What's cool, remember I told you, like, you once you learn the scale, you can use the same pattern for the G scale as the A scale. So if we just decided to move up 2 frets to 5 and start the pattern over again, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, same thing. All on the E string. So 5-8 on the E string, 5-7 on the A, 5-7 on the D, 5-7 on the G, 5-8 on the B to 5. Okay, now you can keep going higher, but I just want to go from A to A. We could keep going to other notes, but the idea of doing the scales, we should try and end on the same letter as we start. Okay, so that's why we end at 5, and then we don't go. Then you can also go backwards. 5 on the A, E, 8 on the B, 5 on the B, 7 on the G, 5 on the G, 7 on the D, 5 on the D, 7 on the A, 5 on the A, 8. I can't get that low in my voice. 8 on the E, 5 on the E. Actually, I probably could get that low, but it wouldn't sound very good. So. Okay, so again, we can move that up another 2 frets. So what I did so far with the 3-6, 3-5, 3-5, 3-5, right? Okay? Now we can move this to any spot on the neck, and as long as you keep the pattern the same, meaning going 3 frets, then 2 frets for each string, you should get a scale for every single fret going all the way up. Which 12 frets means there's 12 scales, all in the same shape. Okay, it just depends on where you're starting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12. All right, so I wanted to get into a song for this though. So the song I wanted to do was Lowrider. It kind of goes like this. I'll see if I can. I would play the song on my thing, but then again, copyrights and stuff like that. YouTube is looking for reasons to try and get money from me, so it's not giving me any reason. So I'm gonna play this in the right-handed way, and then I'll switch. Okay, so but this is the bass line. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, this may not be in tune. Let's forget about that. Let's play it on the electric guitar that I have here. Oh, you know what? I'll just do it on the guitar we were playing. I was hoping to give you the bass line in that register, but I mean those pitches. But I guess we'll just go with this. All right. So the bass line for Lowrider is going to be basically using this the first octave that I showed you. We're going to go 3 on the E string, 6 on the low E string, 3 on the A string, 5 on the A string, 3 on the D string to 5 on the D string. Those are only notes we need. We only need A, E, A, and D string for this, okay? And so what we're going to start is 2 hits on 3 of the E string. All right? So this is the bass line. I'll play it real quick. So. Okay, so we're just gonna go 3, 3, 6 on the E, 3, 5 on the A, then the D string, 3, rest, 3, 3, 5, and then it starts over back down to the low string. So that as soon as you go 3, 3, 5, you're gonna go 3, 3 at the bottom, and it starts over. That's immediately how it loops back to the beginning. Okay. Oh. Try that again. My guitar's upside down. Now, I'm not going to expect you to play it perfectly in rhythm like I'm doing it right now, but I want you to get the idea of the pattern. The most important part is, like, at least for now, is to start seeing this pattern that I showed you at the beginning, all the way to the E string, okay? And now we're gonna play the bass line from this Lowrider song from the band War. So if you wanna look up War Lowrider, you should listen to that song, and then you get the idea of what I'm trying to do here with this. So the idea is I just want you to start seeing the pattern. So when you see it in G, you can see it in A, and you can see it in B, okay? And then, like I said, it's the same scale pattern for every scale, basically, at least as when we start on guitar. So I want you to start seeing these and start trying to play the Lowrider bass line. 3, 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, rest. 3, 3, 5, 3, 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 3, 3, 5, 3, 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 3, 3, 5. All right, so that's the bass line. It just keeps going over and over and over and over again. So I eventually want to start adding something else. Eventually in the song, if you listen to it, you'll probably start hearing this, and it's a trumpet. Like that. Yeah. goes to okay, that's the trumpet melody. I want to learn that a little bit. It's not too hard. The thing that, I'm going to write all this down, by the way. So with the video, you try and do the best you can and try and pick it up. You just keep rewinding, and if you need to watch me say the same thing over and over again to help, that's fine. That's kind of like the benefit of it being in a video form like this. So, but I want to try this because the more and more I can get you into single note playing, the more, I mean, there's chords, there's single note playing, there's lots of different little techniques we can have on the guitar. This is one I particularly like a lot. So the trumpet melody starts like this. It starts on the 4th fret of the G string, and I would recommend the middle finger for this because you're going to go to the 5th fret with the ring on the same string with the ring finger, and then immediately to the pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. So you're going to go like this. You're going to go on the 4th fret with your middle finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just hit it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's technically 7 hits total, so there's 2 more. The first 5 are all the same note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the ring finger should come onto the 5th fret of the same string, the G string. That's the 6th note. And then the pointer finger on the B string at 3. That's the 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? That's the first half of the melody there. Pretty simple. It's kind of comes from the same scale pattern we were using because 5 and 3 were there. But I inserted, because remember I told you that scale we did was a G minor. I think I might have said that. Also a G pentatonic minor. We should reiterate that. And this new 4th fret is a note borrowed from the major scale pushed into the minor scale. So it's basically just sitting there in the middle. Okay? So that's the first 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 4th fret of the G string, middle finger. Ring finger, 5th fret, G string. That's the 6th note. Pointer finger, 3rd fret, B string. That's a 7. All in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So that's the first bit. Then the next bit starts a little bit further down on the 5th fret of the D string. You're going to go 5 of the D on the middle finger. Pointer finger, 4th fret, G string. Middle finger, 5th fret, G string. Back to the 4th fret, G string. Oops. Sorry. Back to the 5th fret, D string. Ignore that. Again, my hands are used to going on certain direction, so without thinking about it, I'm going to start going the wrong way here. So that's the first bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, and then it does it again. Completely just repeats the same melody again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay, between the G string. 5 on the D, 4 on the G, 5 on the G, 4 on the G, 5 on the D. Okay? And then the last part of the melody is just on the D string, and you're just going to do 2 sets of 5 in a row, all on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just give me a 3, 5. 3, 5. Okay? I hope you could try and pick that up. Just get what you can. The most important part to me now is get the scale part at the beginning, okay? And see if you can start just figuring out the bass line. Anything beyond that is extra credit, okay? If you can figure that out. I think you could do it. Depends on how much you're into doing it and how much you like this song. This song is a lot of fun because I think it's, you know, for a lot of people, it's, you know, you listen to it, you kind of get into it. It's kind of, you like some crazy songs, so this is kind of a crazy song from a long time ago, so. All right, give that a shot, and I'll see you next time, all right, bud?